got another pot for you guys today. This one, this is one of those pots where I didn't really think I was going to keep, but then all of a sudden, something sort of came over me and I had to keep the pot. I think everybody has those sorts of moments, it's like the something happens and it feels like it was a mistake, but it can also become something if you try to master the mistake. Right? Mistake mastery. That's what we're trying to aim for here. And so we'll get to that point when it happens, but I do think it's just like something that everybody needs to get a little bit like more warmed up to. You can see my pot right now, it's a little bit off-centered. I can feel that the clay is like really soft, and it's just, there's a lot of things that are not really going well right now for this pot. And you'll see there's still a little bit of a wobble. I'm trying to fix it with a nice little S-curve, and things are going okay, right? But when I start going on the second pull, went a little bit too thin right there. Right there, I was way too thin. And so when I get to the top of this pole here, you'll start to see that there's like some torquing, right, all in the body, and then just not really looking too good, and it's really wobbly. I try to fix it there, putting some more water at the bottom. I'm trying to just pull it out the top, right, but as I'm doing that, I don't think I was thinking, and you can see I'm actually like really like tilting the clay as well. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to save it one more time, but then I gotta start moving past this part, and then maybe as I'm doing the top, I can try to thin that out, right? That's my mindset. But I'm gonna thin it out. I'm gonna try to thin it out, but I keep seeing that this bottom is just gonna be like all messed up. So I'm gonna do one more collar here. And the collar was bad too. My knuckle hit it. I'm like, this one is just fucking going downhill, yo. But then here I start yep. And I actually did a pretty good job getting them even too, so I was like, oh, maybe it's salvageable, right? And I thought the twist looked cool. But there's so much clay, right? As I'm pulling it out, all of a sudden it got so tight it just ripped itself. I was so confused. I've never seen that happen for my pots. But you can see the interior, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I've never had that happen for my pots before, so it's really weird. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Sounds good. But I set it down and I was like, oh, well, let's see what I can do with this top part. I wish I would have just left it, I don't think I should have done anything, but I made like a little knob thing. I was like almost thinking it started looking like a house, almost, right? But after I threw it, I twisted it a little bit more, but I still didn't like it. I think I really should have kept it the same and just worked on this bottom part. I don't know, maybe something really cool could have happened. Like maybe I could set the pot on top of it and try to connect it with glaze or something. I don't know. Something like that could be really sick. But, we'll get there. Yeah, I start making cuts. And I had really nice, like, look how wide these are. There's a lot of room to, like, play around on that little flange or the skirt of the pot. I'm twisting them, doing my thing on each of the corners. And when they can fold over, they almost look like a tulip, right? So I really like the way they look in this. I also like when they're really thin and long too, right? And you can really like twist them and like dance them up the side of a pot, so those are really fun as well. Just making that end look a little bit more floral and delicate. It really looks like some type of like base of a plant here or something, you know, like, or like a little hut for like a fairy in the woods or something. I don't know. Kind of has this. Maybe that's what I can use this form for. You know. Maybe it will just be like in a game one day and just be a little house. But yeah, that was the pot. Thank you guys for watching. But just remember that those moments that are mistakes can sometimes be something. So don't just throw it away right away. You know, let it marinate.